Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be breaking down a track of mine that recently got supported by Zabiela quite a few times actually. He dropped me a message on Instagram and told me that he's been playing it out, so I was buzzing with that, and then I thought it'd be a good one to break down for you guys on the channel. So I'll show you the elements that I used, how I processed them, and then how the track came together. So hopefully it'll give you some ideas for your own productions. Yeah, if you like these kind of sinister, kind of driving sounds, I just made a new After Hours bundle. There's loads of stuff. So there's 50 drum loops in there. There's synths. There's effects. So I think there's 40 loops of synths, 50 drums, and 50 effects. So if you like them types of sounds, you can go and grab that bundle. And if you have a discount code, walk away and use it at checkout. There's a good price. So yeah, there's loads of cool synths in here. Hypnotic drive and trippy sounds. And then the effects box. Something for everyone there. So yeah, if you want to grab that, the link will be in the description, and if you haven't already got a free pack, it will also be there. So I'm going to start the video now. I will give you a little listen to the track. I'll skip through the most important elements, we'll go through them, and then I'll break the track down piece by piece. So I'll give you a little listen first. So we'll start just before the bass comes in properly. Right, and then we bring in a new synth here before the drop. So let's start with the drums. Just wanted to mention, if you listen to the original track, you might notice the 909 sounds slightly different. I had to reload the drum rack because some of the sounds were missing, so no biggie, just a tiny little difference there. But yeah, I'll start with the drums then from here. Go through them fairly quickly. Oh shit. Command L, right. This is a good punch. These drums took me so long to get right because the loops that I used were so messy. I kept having to go back to them. I think I went back to the track 6 times just to get the mix sounding good on the drums. So yeah, the kick drum is just a kick that I sampled. It's a very heavy kick drum. I had to do quite a bit of EQing on it. Yeah, but it punches through nicely. And then this is the first loop. Simple EQ. Took a bit of the stereo width out because it was just making it not sound that tight. More of a percussive loop. You can see they're not really fighting for space. Then we just have the 909 loop on top. This is just a drum rack from Samples from Mars. That's it. We're just using the hat out of that and then the crash and the snare on the build up. And then this clap as well. I don't know where this clap's from, but it's mint. And then all together. Obviously I have a bit of processing then on the group, so I have This Is Sounds Dry. Not much, but there's only a subtle difference there, but when I pushed it too hard, it made it sound way too muddy. And yeah, the mix didn't sound that clean, so I just gave it a little touch and just cut out some of the low end then here, so there just wasn't anything clashing with the kick and the bass. So yeah, that's it for the drums. Very simple, not much going on. 2 loops, clap, snare, hat, crash, that's it. Then the bass. So this is the pattern for the bass. Simple but effective, and it's kind of cutting through the way I have the bass. It's a real driving bass line. It's kind of fast paced energy. So yeah, the bass just comes in here at 33 bars. Just kicking the bass together. You can hear the kick coming through, you can hear the bass. Everything's sounding nice there. There's the EQ on it. A little bit more EQ. See how much mud I cut out here just by visualizing the muddy frequencies on Fab Filter. So you can see if I put my bass on here, I can see where things are. Oh no, sorry, it's up here, look. Wrong one. Like you can see where the resonant frequencies are fighting. So there's so much more mud there. It's way more tame now and it still bangs. So yeah, then this first vocal comes in. These vocals are from the Sexy Vocals pack in our Create Original Sample Suite. So you can buy that pack alone in the Vocal Vault, or you can get it in the bundle. So yeah, it's just in here, the Vocal Vault Volume 1, Sexy Vocals. I think it's number 17. If it plays. This is an old project, so everything's taking time to load. So yeah, that's the vocal there.
We've only been on 3 dates, but he's so different.
Yeah. So then we bring that vocal in, and then we bring our synth in then. Come on. Just a little bit of echo and EQ, and remove some of the width. There's also some send and return effects here. Yeah, and then we bring this bass in. So this bass is like a little sequence sound, but it's just following, or not the bass, sorry, it's like a lead, a synth lead, but it's just following the bass line. So the same notes. I just dragged 1 or 2 out a little bit more because the arpeggiator on this has an extra few steps, so you can see, look. So yeah, just removed the first vocal, brought a little bit of delay in here, a little bit of an automation. That's just the send and return I have from Waves that I always use. You probably see me using it most tracks. Yeah, and then I just took out the most of the drum sound, so you can see what's going on here. Look, a bit of reverb in the clap, and then that little bit of silence here just gives that little bit of impact when it drops back in then, with the new vocal as well. Again, I have this one panned a little bit left, and then I have this one panned a little bit right. So just 3 and 3, just a touch, give it a little bit of room, because there's a lot of going on here in the drums, and I was kind of finding it hard to make space for anything else. So yeah. Then into the first drop, you can see what I've done here with the crash and the snares. So, oops. So we have that going for 16 bars, then we start bringing in the new synth. But yeah, there's a nice kick off that drop. I actually got quite a good bit of support off this. The only confirmation I got of a play was from James Zabiela, but a lot of DJs downloaded it, like Flow Massa, Enzo. There's quite a few heavy hitters that got this one. So yeah, the new synth comes in then, and you might remember this synth from a previous video on the gate, the trance gate technique. So I'm doing that here, and I'll show you how it's being done. So see the gate, the trigger is coming from the 808, which is here, look. Shit. So it's triggering it on every 16th. And that synth I'm using is this Roland X SRX Studio. So you can see everything's going on here. And then all I'm doing here is bringing that first vocal back in. Slowly but surely, and with a filter. I knew there was something rising in there, so. Some delay here in the vocal and this. So yeah, just bring the vocals in again and the synth. Maybe I'd probably bring the synth in a little bit later. I think in the original track you don't hear it so soon, but so that's the main elements. The only thing I didn't go through was this effect, but it's just a preset from Predator.
He's so different.
That's it. And I have loads of sounds like that in our sample packs. So I have done the new one, Oddities Effects Pack. There's a mix, there's a bit of everything in there, and then in the sample suite we have the old school gaming effects, and then Signal Shifter also has loads. And I sent out a free effects pack a couple of weeks ago with kind of longish effects like that for risers and transitions and stuff. So check your emails if you didn't see it. It's probably somewhere in your emails. Yeah, and I'll be sending it out again and some other stuff like that. So yeah, that's the track, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's any videos you want to see in the future, drop a comment. If you could like, subscribe, it'll really help me. And then if the channel grows, I can keep doing this for longer. I can put out more content for free. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Ciao.